How you doing, good people? This is the 8-Bit Animal, and today we're going to talk about a basketball game. But you might already knew that if you watched yesterday's video. Today's not really an NBA licensed title. Actually, it has no official players in it. All of the characters in this game are named after members of the development staff. And rather than it be a standard 5-on-5 game, it's a 1-on-1 or 2-on-2 title. But the game's best play comes in 2-on-2 play. It's from 1992, and it was published by Mindscape. But don't hold that against it, because it's not a bad game. I mean, it's not as good as the best 2-on-2 game on the NES in Hoops, but it does okay. Today, we're going to take a look at Roundball 2-on-2 Challenge. Now, in Roundball, you're faced initially with a whole lot of options. You have exhibition games or a tournament, 1-on-1 play or 2-on-2 play. Up to 4 players can play simultaneously. There's a roster of 24 characters to select from. Each character has their own stats, things like that. And it's a solid little game as far as presentation and all that. Now, there are some problems with the game. It's hard to really distinguish who has the ball in a one-player game as far as the opposing team. With a player-controlled team in a single-player game, you can always tell because there's a little dot under your character. But you never can really figure out what's going on with the computer. Also, there's the issue with having to clear the ball prior to taking a shot on possession change, and the referees are whistle happy in this game. They will call blocking on you in a heartbeat. Trust me, I know. But it does okay, I guess. Like I said, it ain't as good as Hoops. Hoops, the characters all kind of look different. They had their own charms, things like that. This game, you pick from, your characters all have like a stock photo and then a little stat line. But in the game, they all look alike. And that's okay, but it also kind of dulls the individualism that is a hallmark of basketball. While it's a team game in a lot of instances, a lot of these players it's completely different from something like the NFL or football, because all the players kind of have their own look and they have their own style and their own swag. So this game kind of doesn't embrace that the way Hoops does. I will say this though, this is a hell of a lot better than Jordan versus Bird, boy. Whew! Jordan versus Bird is a mess. At least on the NES it is. Now, if you want a copy of Roundball, you can get a copy pretty cheap if you can find one. Loose carts go as low as $5.50. Usually about $9, $10, $12, something like that. But it's not an expensive game for a loose cart. And I mean, if you like sports games, you could do a lot worse as far as basketball is concerned, especially on the NES. But you can also do a lot better. This is a middling effort. But strangely enough, it's one of the better things that Mindscape published on the NES. So there's that part. So yeah, Roundball 2-on-2 Challenge isn't a bad game, but it ain't exactly the best thing on the NES as far as basketball. For that, you go to Double Dribble or Hoops. This has been the 8-Bit Animal, and I'll catch you beautiful people tomorrow. Tomorrow, I guess some parts of the universe, war is really purple.